Shalom, first and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, the great Limstone, who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this video is wild, but it's what I can only perceive might be she might be a Northern Kingdom chick, but nonetheless, she's talking on a very serious issue, and as you can see from the title, it's about a bill that was rejected, making businesses that profit off the capturing of young adults illegal. So we're going to let this play and get some scripture.
Wild. The lawmakers today rejected a measure that would make human trafficking of a child a serious felony. Experts say right now those convicted of trafficking people under the age of 17 are able to get out of prison early and serve much less time than what they're sentenced to.
This measure would have changed that, but opponents say more prison time doesn't get to the root of the problem and say there are already laws on the books that can put traffickers away for a significant amount of time. Senator Shannon Grove, who authored the bill, told us she was blindsided by today's vote.
You can pass a note to a bank and rob a bank. You can commit arson, and that's considered a serious felony. But to traffic a minor child in the state of California is not. That's something wrong. I mean, I'm talking 0 to 17, where the average age is 10. And they would not pass this bill.
Let me explain to you what's going on, okay? What you're seeing here is grown adults using the exploitation of children and violence against innocents as a chess piece on a board for their own political gain and agenda. California ranks number 1 with the most reported cases of human trafficking per year, being close to 800,000. That's just reported, by the way, and half of that are children. Now, this bill had 18 co-authors and bipartisan support until 2 days ago. Now, I'm a little bit more anti-establishment myself, and I don't make the exploitation of children a political issue because it's not one. But you're going to want to screenshot this list because it's important we all remember who was for and against this bill 2 days ago. Now, the facts are the facts, okay? All I could do is lay them out for you and you draw your own conclusion, okay? Number 1, California is a Democratic state. 2, we also rank, as mentioned, number 1 in the most reported cases of human trafficking, 50% being minors. 3, not one Democrat voted for human trafficking of a minor to become a felony until they received such harsh political blowback that they had to hold a special hearing yesterday to re-vote on the bill and ultimately approve it to progress to the next stage, which is the Assembly Appropriations Committee. I'm not even going to get into how thought out I know this is, how this is not a case of a sudden change of heart. Okay, this is all for a bigger agenda. There's leaders that got to play ignorance and hero all at the same time. But this woman right here, Shannon Grove, the author and pioneer of this bill, chef's kiss, baby. This woman's class and political correctness and intelligence to know how to play the game for the sake of these kids. I know an iron spine when I see one. If you knew the intricacies of this issue and what she's really up against, you would give her nothing but your applause. This is wild.
Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? We know we live in a world that's truly, as stated in actually the next chapter of Job, We know that this is a land of darkness itself. Job 10 and 21. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death. A land of darkness is darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is as darkness. And because of the earth being given into the hands of the wicked, it's covered in gross darkness without any order. This is why you have a bill. Can you believe we are at such a low moral point in human history that you actually have a bill? Somebody has to propose a bill to make child, you know what, illegal. And then for it to be unanimously approved? Now, you know there was some wicked ass jakes on there that was like, yes, we will contribute. We will say yes. We will allow this to go. See, you got many of these jakes trying to seek the favor of the king, just being complete sellouts. We all know what the ultimate goal is. They've put it in their books for years. They want to make this whole rainbow elephant, this pink elephant rainbow lifestyle, which includes children, to be the new way of life. And anybody who disagrees that this should not be the new lifestyle is going to be considered the weird one. That's why the scripture says, I believe it's in Isaiah, is it 5 or 15? Or 5? Isaiah 5 or Isaiah 15? Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That's here in America. They want to. How else do you explain a bill that is righteous getting rejected unanimously? That only means that these politicians that are in power right now, they are for the agenda. They are all for the exploitation by any means necessary, especially sexually, of children. They all approve of it. It says, woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Because as I mentioned before, this is their ultimate objective, to have this thing legalized and normalized. And they're going through any and every avenue that they can take at any chance to push this agenda forward. It says, woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine and men of strength to mingle strong drink. That's what these people are doing. That's what's happened here in Babylon. They've made people drink of this drink like, well, maybe it's not such an abnormal thing. Well, according to the science, people can be born like this. And when people say dumbass stuff like that, my whole thing is, well, if that's true, how do you explain twins where one is so-called gay and one's not? Crickets. That's all you're going to hear is crickets. We are truly living in a world as spoken of in Ephesians 6 and 12, where it says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." These are very prominent politicians. These are very prominent and well known judges and lawyers in high places that have said by their actions that they are for unrighteousness and wickedness. And see, this is why the Lord has to come back and do away with all of these unrighteous dealings. That's why the scripture said, "Woe unto them," meaning destruction. Meaning that the Lord is going to destroy people that partake of these things. When you go to the book of Jude, I believe it's 6. No, Jude 1 and 7. It says, "Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication," all right, is in America known as modern day Sodom, okay, "and going after strange flesh," these little children, "are set forth an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire." See, that's what's going to happen. This place has to suffer the wrath of eternal fire, as the scripture says, because its sins have reached all the way up to the heavens. And because the Lord said that men must sow what they reap, hey, this place got to get the same destruction for the wickedness that it has perpetrated around the world. It has to pay for being that golden cup that's made all the nations drunk and mad. This is the judgment and the vengeance of what thus saith the Lord, and so shall it be. So that's all I want to say on this. I hope you all were edified. Till the next time, we're going to say shalom.